So at first, I thought I'd just take the high road, so to speak, and not even get involved in this drama. Um, there's that, and also the fact that Gary inmendham blocked me, so I couldn't really respond to him. But apparently he watches every single one of my videos, so odds are he'll see this. Um, but I kind of realized also that trying to rise above the drama is kind of, well, it's contradictory to something that I always try to pay a lot of attention to, which is non-duality, or that thou art that. And when you look at it from that perspective, it's all drama, and I can't rise above it. Anybody who puts videos on YouTube is a performance artist. It's all about drama. That's all this is, basically. It's people performing their opinions, maybe their ideas, but still they're performing. They're putting on a show for others, or at least that's how this is always going to be perceived by most viewers, by the audience. The audience views me, for the most part, as an actor. Even if they see me as myself, they see, I'm trying to persuade others to like me, or to be like me, or to think like me. There's no way to avoid that on YouTube, posting videos like this. And Gary, I think, at least if you do watch this video, which I'm sure you'll get your hands on it, I'll probably post it as a reply to Piro's video response to inmendham. Gary, I think you and I have a lot more in common than you let on, or I have let on, maybe. I mean, I've been trying more recently to draw similarities between us, but I guess it's the differences that you want to focus on. And I suppose, well, what are the differences? I mean, all I can think of is that you refuse to allow anything but the intellect to rank supreme and guide us, be our light in the dark. Whereas I'm saying there is no supreme leader. There is no light separate from the dark, or there's no objective observer separate from the world, nature, that you think is all corrupt. Call it corrupt if you want. You can't be separate from that corruption. You are a product of nature. The intellect has evolved. It is still evolving. It's not a finished product. It's a process that's unfolding. Is the intellect important? Is thinking important? Is reframing our perspective important? Reframing it in a compassionate way, meaning it takes others into consideration. It has a model beyond just our own egocentric self-interest. That's important. I agree with you. The disagreement seems to be in whether or not this is somehow a finished product. You think the intellect is this thing that we've got, or at least that we can learn to have. How that learning process actually occurs, you'll have to explain. I don't know that step. Whereas I'm seeing intelligence as this ongoing creative process. We can never tell what science is going to tell us about the universe. What we think is true today will surely, in 50 or 100 years, maybe even 25 years, maybe less, maybe tomorrow, surely what we think is true now will be overturned by future science. Maybe not. Maybe you think such a thing as progress exists, which is, to my mind, no less mythological and faith-based than anything, than the Christian Armageddon and return of Christ. It's the myth of progress, that one day science will give us perfect knowledge of the world, technology will give us total control over nature, and everything will be perfect. That's the myth of progress. I don't really pray to that God of progress. You do, Gary. Maybe it's warranted. I don't know. I can't prove you wrong that technology won't save us, that this thing called science won't eventually give us the truth. I can't prove you wrong. I can, ramble on and on and on about history and how that's never been the case before. And I can ramble on about philosophically why it seems unlikely and unreasonable and ultimately contradictory. I can do all of that. What I can't do is prove to you that it's not possible. I'll grant you that. But, so here's the difference. The essential difference between us. We agree that intelligence is important. We disagree about what it is. I see it as an evolving process. There's no subjectivity separate from its objectivity. It's not a separate thing. It's this process. It includes, atoms and molecules and cells and bodies and thoughts and ideas. All of that is what builds the intellect and allows the intellect to be what it is. That's what I think. And I think you want to see the intellect as this magical ability that we one day gain, and we just snap into it, and all of a sudden we know the truth, the eternal, forever, objective truth. That, to me, it seems suspect. And, in Mendham, don't feel obligated to respond to this video in a way that would actually allow us to get back into some direct communication about the worth or meaning of our ideas. You could just dismiss it, make another parody video. You could do whatever you want. I'm just performing my part in this ongoing saga. I think I've spoken my last line.